Hi everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Let's Talk Ekurhuleni. Yes, that's your podcast that talks about everything that matters for the people of Ekurhuleni. And of course, I'm not flying alone. As usual, I've got my friend, I've got my co-pilot. Hello, Dosh.
Hi, Tawa. Welcome everyone, welcome. As you know today, it's Let's Talk Ekurhuleni.
Yeah.
Because together we can get the city working. We are clacking it.
Yes. Yeah.
But are you okay, Tawa?
No, I'm okay. But you know what I'm interested in?
Yes.
So today we are talking to. Who are we talking to? I forget.
Our young people. DC.
Oh, we have young people today.
Yes.
Ish.
We have young people, as you know, that in Ekurhuleni.
How is this going to work with young people?
I think sadness.
Why sadness? You, Bosch. No. I don't know about your sadness. I don't know why sadness, but I believe we've got two young people. So on my side, yes. I'm bringing with me Mandisi. Mandisi, how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing good, Tawa. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Thank you. And on my side, I've got Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Nice, Bosch.
How are you?
Oh, all good. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for joining us today.
But you know, on a serious note, Bosch, I know we were talking about sadness and all of these things about. You see, these young people are, they are a face of what is wrong with Ekurhuleni. Not just Ekurhuleni, but the country.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. You say, how does Ryan look like something is wrong? Well, I can tell you a lot of things. It's because of unemployment.
Yay! That one is really bad.
We're going to talk about unemployment, but before we do, I want to find out from Ryan, who are you, where are you from, and why are you here?
So, my name is Ryan Turk. I am from Boksburg and a small suburb called Parkrand, and I have resided there for pretty much my entire life, so going on 19 years.
Okay, you go your entire life, only 19.
Yes.
And we are saying unemployment.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Entire life.
Yeah, entire life.
And Mandisi, please just tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from the Eastern Cape, but all my life I've been in the city of Ekurhuleni in Albertine, Togoza. Yeah, that's where I've lived. I like to name it the city of problems.
The city of problems. Like the last time. The last time we had cut.
Yes.
We had all the problems about Ekurhuleni. I didn't, after that episode, I didn't know where to think, guys.
It was too much.
Yeah, it was too much. But what are today's problems? Today's problems are unemployment. Young people are on the streets. Young people. Mandisi, you're a graduate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, of course, I'm a graduate.
Yeah, you're a graduate. Mandisi is a graduate. You have a job?
No, I'm not. I don't have any job.
That's an issue.
You see, that is an issue. We are talking about young people that are not able to find jobs.
Yes, and it's very difficult to get a job in Ekurhuleni.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. And Ryan, I know that you are young. Are you a student or are you working?
I'm a student.
Oh, that's nice. So that means you will give us a little brief about young people who are students and coming from getting their certificates or degrees and whatnot, how it's difficult to get their jobs and whatnot.
Yes, thanks, Bosch. I think, I also want to take you guys back to where I'm from. Because I think from where I stay in Parkrand and all the way to the edge of Boksburg in Rondebold, you see countless people on the streets. And more often than not, they're young people. And we need to ask ourselves, how have we landed up in this mess? And when people refer to young people being unemployed as a problem, it's not just a problem, it's a crisis, because it carries on getting worse and worse.
It's getting worse.
So, but you're talking about the problems getting worse. And Mandisi, you just said very briefly, but you need to tell us a little bit more. Like you're not working. We know you're not working. We know it's bad. But tell me, how does it feel like not working? How does that affect you?
Well, it's very sad, and it's demotivating because every time you push for applications and you get rejected every time because companies that are receiving a lot of applications for one post, so it becomes a problem. They're gonna just say they will hire all of us. So it's a problem and it seems like our government does not have a plan of action to actually deal with the issue. And what's more saddening is the fact that crime is an issue because when people are unemployed, it becomes a risk because people will not feel safe because they will tend to divert their ways into crime so that they can put the food on the table.
But with that, Mandis, you just reminded me of something. I remember when this Nasispani thing started in Faranani, our youth came out in numbers. I even remember I was one of them. Went and put my CV there. The next morning, we found our CVs outside. They were thrown out. And it's really sad that you took out your last 20 rand to go and make your CV, go and apply, and then in the morning you find it in the dumpster. So it's really sad. And also as a young person, as you are saying that it's really demotivating to apply now. What's really like demotivating a person, if you can just like go deep with that, because we know that you apply and you don't get any call, you don't know what. What are those issues? What are the real issues behind that? Is it because you don't have experience or what?
Well, let's talk about this stigma. A lot of people have this stigma that you must be connected or you must have money for bribe in order for you to have a job. But we've seen that, like you have mentioned, that with Banyazali Sufi's Nasispan thing, that you saw the many CVs being thrown out. Yes, a lot of people know that in order for you to find a job, you must be at least politically connected into something. So it's an issue of, cadre deployment, nepotism, and the like.
But you see, that's a problem for me. No, but guys, it cannot be. These things of like saying, hey, connections. But imagine young Ryan right here. Young Ryan. I know he's a student, but one day he won't be a student. And one day he will face the realities of not having a job.
Yes.
Now, how, Ryan, tell me, if you were to live in an ideal world, what would that world look like as a young person?
Yeah, thank you, Tava. I think for me, we need to also live in a world that the problems are addressed. So what I mean by that is an economy, a local economy that is constantly increasing, not one that is stagnant and decreasing. The next...
Big words, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows that he's a student.
Yeah.
And then the next thing for me, as much as it doesn't sound like it connects to it, is infrastructure. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of young people try to go to jobs to get jobs as a truck driver or things like that. If the roads have potholes, which Ekurhuleni's roads are filled with, it means that delivery times take longer because there's more traffic. Or, if you hit those potholes, it can damage the truck. Your delivery won't get there, and then there's more expenses. So these companies are now losing out on money because there's less deliveries in a day, and they're losing out money because of damages to their trucks, which means that there's no liquid capital that these companies have to employ more people. So that's where the infrastructure connects to that. And I think finally it's once again the addressing the crime problem in Ekurhuleni, because Ekurhuleni has a crime crisis as well. And I think to do that we need to ensure that our police are, number one, good for the cause. And why I'm saying that is because a lot of the police in Ekurhuleni are corrupt. They will ask for bribes, they will do things behind the scenes, and are often doing it on behalf of politicians.
Ryan, when you're talking about, sorry to come in there, I always think about it this way, guys. Not just police in terms of SAPs.
Yes.
You know, I sometimes think that EMPD is being underused. EMPD is just there as a decoration.
That's true.
But imagine if we had a working EMPD as well.
Oh.
You know, yeah. But mind is what I want to find out from you, and you've spoken about it. The challenges that you have, like you can't find work, you end up on the streets. Is this why we have so many of our young people struggling with Nyaope?
Yes, it's one of the issues that is contributing into that. Number two, you know, when services are not working, you know, businesses tend to move. I was visiting Mid-Val last time, and you know, I became jealous for the people of Val because you know, there were companies during that time who moved from the city of Ekurhuleni to actually start their business in the Mid-Val.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's because Mid-Val is working, you know, they are getting the basics right, electricity is, you know, provided, maintenance is being done, water is there, and, you know, their services, they're actually working.
You see, and I'm getting this theme. I know we're talking about unemployment, but there's a theme here, Swash, that where services are working, where things are working,
Yes.
there's progress. I mean, we didn't go and use a city of Cape Town. I mean, Cape Town is far, guys.
It's really
I mean, imagine like trying to talk about it, and it's like in Cape Town. Some young people cannot even afford to even dream.
Yeah.
Never mind to buy a plane ticket. They can't even afford to even dream of going to Cape Town. So, why this is important is that I think this brings it back to say we've got to get Ekurhuleni working.
Okay, that's true. And you know, as Ryan was stated, that there's crime as well. So that just reminded me that there's this guy who got his master's and everything. He went to school. He's a brilliant guy, a bright child anyway. So what happened is that he got depressed because of unemployment. Because each and every time when I see him and speak to him, he was like, you know what, Swash, I'm unemployed. People see me as this foolish guy, and I am a useless child and whatnot. But I tried to motivate the child, but then, anyway, you know, unemployment really kicks us hard. So what happened is that the guy, when I talk about, he went back, he cleaned the house, he washed his laundry, did everything. He got dressed as if like he's going for an interview, only to find out he's going outside to the outside toilets to unalive himself. So this is really painful, guys. So I can see that the unemployment is really, really bad and people are getting into depression. So what kind of a city are we staying in if we will have this high unemployment and having our young people unaliving themselves?
No, I would, because like Splash, that is so heartbreaking to hear a story like that. But I want to hear from the young people to say, what do you want the city to do? What would you want the city to do, especially in dealing with such problems, right?
Yeah, I think there can be no change unless the city starts investing in improving its economy. I think that's the biggest thing of it all. And you cannot start to do that if the city does not encourage the private sector to start investing in Ekurhuleni. As Mandisi said, a lot of Ekurhuleni companies are leaving to local municipalities like Mid-Val. And that should say enough in itself that companies are leaving metros to go to a local municipality because the services there work and here don't. So that's the first. Once private investment comes into Ekurhuleni, we'll start to see a nice economic increase, which means that we can start to invest in jobs and fix the infrastructures that are affected by what is being a crisis when it comes to service delivery in Ekurhuleni as well. So once you have all of those issues that all link together, that are starting to be addressed, then the issue of jobs will start to be fixed. And young people like us will start to become employed and getting jobs that not just are temporary and are low paying, but also jobs that are stable, that they can stay in for the long term, because that's also a problem. You can easily get a job for 3 to 6 months, but where's the long-term trajectory? Where's the long-term effect of it?
You see, Ryan speaks about something that I often am, in the middle of as a ward councillor in Ekurhuleni.
Yeah.
So, I have this problem that people are depending on these 6 months jobs to make a living. That cannot be sustainable.
Right.
And I'm sure, Smosh, you just spoke about what happened in Faranana with Nurses Pani.
Mm-hmm.
I often get people trying to get favors from me
Yeah.
to put them in jobs. I mean, how fair is that?
It's not fair.
We can't have Mandisi being hired because Mandisi knows me.
Yes.
What we need is a space where we say the best person for the job. What I like, what we do, or what we have done in Alberton is that we've actually started with like saying every single person that needs a job, right? Every ward has a box at the Triple C office, the customer care area manager, where they can put their CVs there. So if you're from Ward 56 or 53, where Mandisi comes from, there's a box for Ward 53.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
whenever a contractor wants job, they go into that box
And take this.
and they take the CVs from there. It is away from a councillor. There's no councillor that's doing you favors because hey, Mandisi was on my podcast, so I'll sort him out. No. It doesn't work like that. Mandisi, don't expect that from me. We will rather work to make sure that all of your opportunities are available, so that you don't have to go through all of those things.
Yes.
So, but guys, I just want to say, Smosh, I mean, I don't know. I know I'm registered to vote. Are you registered to vote?
Yes, I am, and I can't wait to go and vote.
So you can wait. So the only you're gonna have to wait for the 4th of November.
Yes.
Just don't forget that date. Yeah. So the one thing that is important, I'm mentioning this, Mandisi, your friends, right? Your friends, they are not registered to vote. Why?
Yeah, I think, Tava, it's also a case that young people have really lost their trust with politics in general. And I think they are so scared to see the same things repeating over and over again. And young people have built up this trait over the last couple of years where they blame the entire collective for the chaos that has unfolded, not just in Ekurhuleni, but in South Africa as a whole.
Yeah. But Ryan, I want to find out now from Mandisi, because you've just said young people have lost interest. Why?
Young people are tired. I'm also one of them because, I remember during my first year, it was during COVID-19, I was writing an exam online and then power just went off, I have something to show for it on my academic transcript, so it always pains me that how many people are going through that, especially now that we are moving towards the hybrid system when you are studying. So many people are...
Wait, Mandisi, you know what? Some of us, we are from far.
Yeah.
So hybrid, just think of hybrid. What does hybrid mean?
It means you can study physical and you can also study...
Oh, okay. Yeah, already. No.
Okay.
Hybrid. Yeah, we are hybrid team.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but Mandisi, what I want to find out, you are a young person. Why are you in politics? Because you say young people are not interested in politics.
I want to bring change, especially as someone who's originally coming from the Eastern Cape. There in my village, we do not have access to water. I think it's more than a decade now. We don't have access to water, so we depend on the rain. On the rainy season, so in order for us to have water. So it's a real issue, and we don't have proper roads. Let's say, for instance, you want to go to town, and that's the only place where you can, access some of the services, go to retail shops and stuff. When it's raining, you can't, can't drive your car and go to town because the road is not proper. It's a gravel road, so you're just gonna have to stay at home. So it's a problem. So I want to bring change. That's why I'm into politics.
Okay.
Oh,
So
nice.
if you want to bring change, you know what? If you want, the first step is registration.
Yes.
So I want to say to young people, you don't have a job. Ne? Number one, you don't have a job. You're living in an area that always loses electricity. I can list all the problems, but I don't want to spend the whole day listing all the problems. You know your problems. What you need to do is that stop sitting on your couch and playing those video games. Those video games are not going to get you a job. Those video games are not going to make sure that your life is better. Only a vote can make sure of that.
Yes.
Bosch?
And it just reminded me of something. I went to Robben Island the other day. I met one of the students of the June 16.
Hey! Lucky you, ne?
Yes,
Hey.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
So Dr. David said something to me that we, the previous youth, we got arrested, we fought for education. What are you young people doing now? Because you also need to fight. Because this year they are marking a 50 year. 50 years.
Oh, since
Yes.
1976.
69
Yes.
years.
Yo.
So they are marking 50 years, and he's asking a question: what are the young people doing? Because
You
we
know-
are unemployed, we have these all issues.
You know, you can do whatever. I don't care. Some young people like bending tires. I don't like bending tires. First of all, I can get injured myself. I'm sorry, guys. So, but the most powerful thing that you can do, any young person can do, what can they do, Ryan?
Register to vote.
Thank you very much.
Register. It starts with don't just register to vote. Also go out on the 4th of November and don't just vote. You know who to vote for. The DA. Yeah.
Because the DA gets the city working in Ekurhuleni.
Yes, yeah. So guys, thank you so much, Ryan. Do you want to tell us something before you go?
Yeah, just go out there, get registered, and go vote on November 4th.
Anything from your side?
No, people must go out there, they must get registered. If they want to bring change, they must get registered so that they can be change.
Sposh, before we wrap it up.
Jabo, yes.
Yeah, what do you want to say to everyone?
I just want to encourage all our youth to go out, register and vote on the 4th of November because we really need your vote. Ekurhuleni does really need you, as we always have these issues and we are always unpacking these serious issues. So please go and vote.
So guys, that is it for today's episode. So we are so glad to, unfortunately this is all. I know you like watching us, but you can keep commenting on our, you see, like there at the bottom. Yes, keep your comments coming. Hey, don't forget to share this video with your friends and your dog, and share and your dog. Yeah, trust me, the dogs they understand. So until next time, when we come back to Let's Talk Ekurhuleni Working, because we believe that we can have a city that works.
Let's all work.
Now let's start there.
Clap, 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 clap.
Sure.